What's up, guys? Welcome to Crypto Cartel. On this show, we look at filthy, dirty 100x meme coins, pure degen stuff. We look at the crypto market. We bring you guys where we think the crypto market's headed. Bring you guys our 5 years of experience, my experience, 3 years full time in the space, making money on it. And yeah, we're here to bring you guys the alpha, bring you guys our edge in the market, and share what we find with you guys in terms of opportunities to make money. So with that, let's take a quick look at Bitcoin, see how that's doing, and see where it's taking the crypto market.
All right, let me share my screen. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Let's do some degenning stuff.
Yeah, we've been catching a lot of winners. If you've been on in our Telegram or following us on Twitter, we post our our trades live on our Telegram, and yeah, I think a few streams ago we literally caught I think a 10x on stream. We put 20x's in our telegrams, 100x's with Doge on Sol. So we're okay at this.
All right, uh, I believe last time we talked about Bitcoin, I was giving you a specific target on either 85, 80 to 83, that region, but it was very important for us not to break that 85 region. Sorry. So it's not to break 85, but then if we were to do that, we were going to come back down into like the 80, 82K region. Bitcoin is so bullish right now, and you can see it here in the stochastics, right? And as you can see, the stochastics came down, but the price just went sideways. It even pumped. It came back down, and then now we're turning the stochastics again. The MACD is looking very healthy. The RSI is looking really good, and so the continuation is still to happen. So kind of what I was looking at here in the smaller time frames was a flag, right, that we actually ended up breaking out. It's kind of like a weird flag, right? And we did break out, which essentially this leads us to approximately first target to 98, maybe some sideways action. And then from there, we're heading out to 100K. So, it's very interesting because this reminds me a little bit of 2017 bull run, going into that December time when we did our all-time highs. I believe it was 20,000 or 22,000. So all in all, this is looking really good. If we look at let me look at this is quite incredible. If you look at this on the 12-hour time frame, stochastics again came back down. Price didn't come back down; it actually pumped, and we haven't even completed the
Wow.
movement all the way down. And so again, these are just extreme signs of bullishness. And some of these things, like, don't ignore it. Just with a lot of things, it's just a lot of buying and just letting it be, right? So if you guys are in the market right now, obviously you can still make a lot of money. It's only up from here with Bitcoin and with everything else, right? But overall, I mean, again, there's not much to say besides we're going up, and until we see some bearish divergence or anything that's looking weak, then we'll talk about it then. But other than that, I mean, we're just going to continue to go up, and that's what I can say about that. And then there's the Bitcoin dominance, which might relate to that potentially. We did dump a little bit, then we had a nice little pump here on the Bitcoin dominance. We broke out of this flag that we had, and we may want to see 63 to that 64, 65 region for Bitcoin dominance. And that's if Bitcoin decides to pull a monster move, then I would expect for some alts to bleed, but potentially for their alts to also pump, right? Not all alts are going to bleed with Bitcoin, but there will be those outperformers that will pump with Bitcoin. So that's just a quick update for Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance. So expect 100K within the next few weeks. Let's just put it that way. Do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah. Quickly share my screen. Yeah, I think people see all time highs and they get a little scared of buying. They think maybe things are extended, but uh, you see my screen.
Yep.
We did break out of this flag, and you have to remember, like, there's people when the ETF came out, we were around like here 40K, right? But people have bought this whole range, right? Like coins changed hands, went from bearish people to bullish people, and I got to think if you're buying 50, you're at least targeting 100. Uh, just like psychologically. So in terms of like where we could top out, there's like two ways you could do it. You could draw this flag. We broke out of it, and yeah, they're basically targeting the same region. So I have here a fib extension, and you can see like we're in a weekly strong bullish trend, right? Uh, and I've got this fib extension taking from the last, from basically where we topped, made new all-time high here in March, and then came down all the way to August. Choppy summer, all the way down to 49K, and then from there, if we're looking at like the measured fib extension, which as we're in price discovery, there's no resistance overhead. You kind of have to just go with like a finger in the air kind of thing. But one thing you can use is fib extensions, right? So we can see that there was some resistance here at this level. Um, Zooming in a bit at the first 1.618. And now that we're kind of above this, the next resistance is going to be around 112. But I could see 100K like us stalling there. But yeah, I mean, looking extremely bullish. Like there's no doubt about it that momentum is higher. And this has now been flipped into, 90K was 88 to 90 was resistance, and now it's being flipped into support. So extremely bullish. Yeah, and a BTCD, not much to add there. Just we're getting close to a top, I would say, and we want to see this roll over to really have the true degen alt season, right? That we're all hoping and expecting. But there are, as Alex said, are outperformers. So let's take a look at what is outperforming right now. Any thoughts on that, Alex? How do you feel about like fib extensions? And I think that's all we have, right? Like fib extensions, psychological
Yeah.
levels. You just
So
kind of, yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of funny because I do take fibs a lot, but then I also do just the measurement of a flag, and usually a measurement of a flag is for some reason very close to the fib extension. And it's really funny because the 80 where we are right now, I had it as a flag trade from a shoulder, head and shoulder, right? From the bigger time frame, and then when you pull the fib, it's the exact same thing. So there's just like two ways to confirm where the price action could potentially go, and it usually matches with those two. So it's very, very interesting things.
Yeah, and one thing I want to mention is if we're like crypto is very cyclical, and if we're moving, it's actually been the same like across cycles from bottom to peak. It's been the same amount of days. So I've actually marked out on this chart, if we do the same kind of thing, the same amount of days, how long the Bitcoin bull market could go. I have it topping October to November next year, if it lasts the same amount of days, right? So, but I will probably start selling in March or April if I have. I will start selling in March or April because sell in May and go away. Like seasonality is a real thing. We saw what happened last year, so just something to keep in mind. But looking at what's going on today, uh, Algo is outperforming. It's crazy. So it's like a Dino L1 Mantra. That's a new RWA L1. So that's why we focus on L1 so much because they're really the safe picks. And Goat, we called Goat on this channel, on the stream, I think around 300 million, right? Is when we were looking at it.
Yep.
And I stand by, this is a top 5 coin. I'm standing on business, and it's looking like a leader, right, in its category, AI meme coin category. So good to see that one going up and leading, being one of the leaders in the top 100. And yeah, it's really, this whole thing is, there's only one category except for Arrow, which is DeFi, but it's L1s and memes. So that's why we focus on these so much. They keep outperforming. The biggest losers, Cass. Cass keeps underperforming. So it's they got listed on Kraken. I'm surprised to see them underperforming, but it could be an opportunity. With looks like there's some profit taking after they got listed on Coinbase. Had a pretty good run. Doge finally selling out at 40 cents. I think Doge would be a good one to take a look at. I do.
Yeah, let's do that.
I think I'm definitely looking to get positioned in that one. And in the last 7 days, Peanut is a big winner. And just to show you guys receipts here, we did call Peanut in the Telegram at 100 million, and I'll just pull this up real quick. Now, did I say it was going to over 2 billion? I did not, but I didn't even expect it. I thought it was gonna maybe bounce a little bit. So this was on Sunday, so 6 days ago. Okay,
Jesus.
6 days ago, I said happy Bitcoin all time high. Conditions are right for alts. Scaling into position on Peanut, adding more on dips into the white box. First target is 260 mil. I expect more listens to be announced as volume has been sustained. Exchanges want a part of those fees. And you can see here, uh, at the time of the screenshot, 11 cents, almost 12 cents. And listings did indeed get announced on, the biggest listing you could have, Binance, right? On top of that, with Elon talking about, Doge and the attention that's going on him, he tweeted that a squirrel saved the election. A squirrel and a meme coin saved the election. And you combine those two things, listings plus the Elon's star power. I still have the triangle here where it broke out of, and just a massive move. I think this could be really one of the leaders,
Jesus.
here of the new meme coins, right? This is it already passed Popcat, and it hit 2.5 billion is where it topped out, and it looks like it wants to flag and keep going.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
this one outperformed Goat, which is really crazy.
so this, if you guys are interested in joining the Telegram, I know sometimes we forget to add the link. I don't think we've remembered to add the link, but if you are interested in joining the Telegram and looking for some of these calls early, you can follow me on Twitter at Edge Ventures _. Follow Alex here, and we both have the links of the Telegram, and you can catch some of these 20-30x's in a week like we are. And Alex is at Cody Wampa1. So yeah, I think just a really strong mover and showing itself to be one of the leaders. And you have to, the reason I got bullish on it, other than the TA, was you have just a confluence of things that give it staying power. It became a political symbol. It became, other than it being a cute animal coin, it was a TikTok viral sensation
Right.
that became a political symbol. Some people think it may have won Trump the election. This is a snapshot in consciousness, tokenized to me. So I haven't taken profit yet. I'm gonna let it ride, and I think normies, if they come on Binance or Coinbase, if it gets listed there, and they're asking what meme coin should I buy, and they see that there's one on Peanut the Squirrel, that's the one they'll buy. So that's why I'm still hodling. Uh, in the last 30 days, yeah, we caught the biggest outperformer also. Go and Doge. We did TA on that. So
Yeah.
don't want to turn this into a brag session. Just it's been we've been on point with the market is all I'll say. If we go to the
Exactly.
top 300, sorry, did you want to say something, Alex?
No, exactly. No, I think you're right. We're not. It's not here. We're not here to brag. But we're actually here to just, we're making money, but we're also trying to bring some value to you guys, right? To also make money with us, and I think that's the whole point of the bull run, right? To share the wealth. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We had to learn the hard way, lose money, learn, pay our tuition to the market. So we want to help out whoever's watching this. Maybe they learned something how we view the market, and avoid some of those losses and pain points that we had. So over the last, this is the top 300. it looks like it's that we're having an AI moment here.
Yeah.
AI 16Z up 50%. Virtuals protocol. These are two I think we did do TA on the live. I didn't end up taking a position. I think I wanted to do more research, but just the market's been so crazy. You can't get to everything, but at least we know we had our eye on these. We were looking at these early before other people. Farcoin is one we're going to take a look at. Another one we called at it's at 280 million, and what did we call it at?
There was like 15 or 30.
I think it was 40. Uh, I mean, we called it almost a month ago. The first time we posted it was
40.
40. Yeah, so we've called it 40. We've traded around. I think I took profit on the at 80 mil, rebought the dip again. So yeah, we had this was the last one. And I think so. I laid out a bullish thesis on Fartcoin, and mostly it has to do with the volume. If you look at the amount of volume it's doing serious numbers, and I think some listings are coming. So yeah, we called it here, 4 cents, and it is currently I think it's at like 20 now, at 200 mil. So 0.28, almost 300 mil. So yeah, just it's been a good 2 weeks in the market. That's all I'll say. In terms of losers, we got Simon's Cat, Cass, SPX, Apu, two two Murad memes, right? It looks like some of his shine is wearing off, but maybe it's an opportunity.
Yeah.
Anything to add here, Alex?
No, I think everything looks good. I mean, it all adds up. And then, you bringing up some of these AI plays that have been trending lately, it makes me think of the one that I've been looking at, Lola. So we'll get to that in a little bit.
Nice. Yeah, it's definitely been an AI meme coin and AI meme coins market. Yeah, it looks like top gainers. Yeah, Luna. Okay, so we can move on to the sectors now. And the reason we want to look at, you have to remember, crypto is a momentum market. You have to trade momentum. You have to bet that the way that we've made money in the market is betting that winners keep on winning. Uh, you don't want to be in laggards. You want to be in things that are showing strength. And that's why we start top down. Like, is Bitcoin showing strength? What are the winners? What are the metas, the narratives that people are bidding? And that's kind of why we start with this top down analysis, and then we kind of know where to focus our attention based on that. So if we look at sector performance, gaming, wow, I'm surprised to see gaming leading today.
Yeah.
Gaming and AI. Look at it on the weekly. Memes, of course, memes and L1s is what we've been focusing on, and AI on the weekly. I'm thinking it's probably going to be the same on the monthly. This is the 2 week memes, L1s, AI, and the monthly memes, L1s, and DeFi picked up from the election. So that's where we want to focus on. Now, one thing we like to do is, we know we want to look at memes, we know we want to look at AI, but which memes are on every blockchain, so which chains do we want to focus on? So the way to check that is what L1s are showing strength. Well, there's no way I'm bridging to ADA, but that's up right now.
That's just a 1 day thing, yeah.
Yeah, we're looking for sustained trends too. So we switch over to the weekly. Sui has continued to be one we're bullish on, one we've been doing TA on, calling meme coins on. So we'll definitely be doing a deep dive on that. Looks like Near is picking up and showing strength, which is interesting. And we actually have a Near meme coin today for you guys that we think is super early. So make sure you stick around for that. And then Aptos is showing strength. So on the 2 week, again, Sui, Near, Aptos. Then we can take a look at the monthly. Um, yeah, so the Cardano pump was basically because the founder apparently is going to be an advisor to the Trump administration on crypto policy, which it's almost like you hear of like failing upwards. Like he failed. I mean, it's a massive protocol by value, but like I don't know anyone that uses it, and now he's failed upwards to the White House.
Incredible, incredible.
Yeah. So it's been again Sui and Sol. This is why all our attention is on Sui and Sol, and it's there. You know, you have this wealth effect where people holding Sui and Sol, they start to feel rich. They start to feel, start to get this house money effect, and now they want to gamble on memes, and that's, you know, we've been front running these guys basically, front running people, especially on Sui. It's been super early, but actually, one thing we didn't cover on the stream that happened um, was the first ever meme coin listing for a meme coin on Binance, and they listed Hippo, which we have covered on the stream, and I think I think it probably woke a lot of people up on, oh, this is going to be a thing. Like Sui meme coins are going to be a thing. Uh, so it's really huge for the ecosystem.
Yeah.
Uh, and just to wrap up this section real quick, we'll take a look at Sui memes, see where the volume is, and really start to drill down which ones we want to be focusing on. So, yeah, I mean, Hippo's up. They got listed. I think it's up like, wow, it's doing crazy volume, 170 mil. I think it went up at least 80% since it got listed. And we've been pretty bullish AAA, but it looks like it's having a bit of a pullback here.
I didn't realize Uni had such a big pump. I mean, I remember seeing this one at like 4 million market cap. Oh, I think it's because of the tweet you sent me.
Which
Yeah,
tweet?
about this lady tweeting about it.
Which lady?
I don't remember her name, but anyway, she had tweeted something about Uni and then got this a pump. I'm surprised it's at
Oh,
20.
Eunice. Yeah, the KOL.
Yeah.
Well, the narrative on this one is it's like the founder's cat, right, or the founder's dog. Same,
Yeah.
like that's the thing. Like that, we had that narrative on base, on Soul, and crypto is very cyclical. The same patterns tend to repeat over and over. And one of those patterns is, like I mentioned, when the L1 starts to outperform the uh, the meme coins on that L1 act as leverage positions on that L1 basically. So uh, you can see the Hippo listing really boosted everything here. Uni was a big winner this week. Sudang. So, but we had so Uni did a 6x and we found a 7x, and we think what we think could be one of the top memes on Sui. So with that, I think let's start off looking at Sui, Alex.
Yep. Let's do it.
Would love to hear your thoughts on. We obviously Sui needs to continue being bullish for us to be having opportunities on Sui meme coin. So
Yeah.
I
So
want
kind
to
of.
take a look at how it's doing. If it's still
Yeah.
looking bullish.
So before we get into Sui in general, and into Sui memes, I want to look at Sui overall, right? As a coin, right? So right now I believe it's still ranked 14, but I think if we break this all-time high, then we'll probably be at like 13, maybe 12 on the top 10. I'm sorry, in the top 100 for cryptos, right? But overall, I was expecting, a bit more of like a pullback, but I keep forgetting that we're not in a bear market. And these little retests here are as low as like they will come. And I had this mapped out. 180 was stronghold, and then we just continue from there. If you're looking at the stochastics here, and I find this very bullish usually, is we don't even go all the way down. We just did a double bottom, and the stochastics hasn't even gone all the way down, which means that there is probably a power move coming for Sui. Again, within the next few weeks in general, right? This one here, if we're looking at the RSI is looking ready. Once we cross, usually these crosses tell you big pump, right? And so you can see that here too, here, right? So it's getting ready. It's gearing up. MACD is looking healthy. Everything is looking really good. And one of my targets short term is $4, and then from there, I'm thinking somewhere at $5, that range, right? And then essentially, leading to my end goal would be $8 to $10. But I'm thinking about it right now as this is short term, and I'm being conservative about it, right? So overall, as you can see, Sui's very strong, and I think that'll continue to play out, right? And so moving forward to some of the memes that we've been looking at, and we'll start with AAA Cat. Now that we are bullish in general for Sui, we were looking at ACAT. We gave you this target, and I mean this is to the T. Like if we go back to the Telegram, I gave you guys this $36 range, and then a pullback is what I said, right? And that's exactly what happened. And right now we just hit support. And what makes me very bullish about this is these wicks, right? We come down, it gets eaten up. We come down, it gets eaten up. We come down. So, how many times do we have to continue to do this until this breaks? And it looks like it doesn't want to break just yet. Now, understanding the whole narrative of Sui being very bullish, what do you think AAA is going to do, right? And so overall, I have my next target for Sui at around the 55 region area. And then, what this is sort of telling me, like what this chart is telling me, because we're reading charts in general, right? How does your saying go, Henry? It's what is it? What are charts for men?
Show me. Oh no, charts are TA is astrology for men.
There you go. So that's essentially what this is telling me, right? Sui is bullish. What is it saying? That AAA is going to be bullish, and at some point, and one of the good things that I think you brought up, Henry, was the Hippo listing, right? Hippo
Yeah.
listing is opening a can of worms within the Sui ecosystem, and they're already looking at some of these being very undervalued compared to other cats in Solana, for example, right? There's like, I don't know, there's like 20 cats that are probably above 500 million in Solana. So it wouldn't surprise me if people start coming into Sui and joining that this cult here. But I would, looking at the chart, I could say that maybe we would have another listing, maybe in another exchange, and this would continuously make it more bullish, right? So overall, if we zoom out, we gave you this call down here at around 7 million market cap, 8 million, and then we ripped from there. So, we're up a decent amount here from 10 to we did a nice 2x, but if you get in lower with me, then we're at probably like a 5x on this one. So yeah, overall healthy. This is looking very healthy. I really like what we're doing here. If we zoom out, we're making higher highs. RSI is also making higher highs, which I really like. We could maybe, if we do dip a little bit, maybe dip down to like the 20 million market cap range. But after that, we should be ready to go on this one. Let's go ahead and take a look at Hippo next. There you go. All right, so Hippo, we did talk about this last time. We did give you an entry on this one, and that's almost exactly what happened. So we were talking about it here, right? If you look back at some of our videos, we had that little extra pump we dumped. Ideally, you wanted to DCA between this region, right? Let's see. It was this region here, right? It wasn't exactly there, but that was like the lowest. But anywhere below here, that was the move to DCA in, and then just wait. Because what happens when you wait? This massive move, and the Binance listing
Finance
happens.
list a hippo.
Yeah,
That's what happens when you wait.
that's it. Yeah, really. I mean, it was a laggard in the beginning, but it caught on. It has a lot of volume. It's a big market cap, which makes sense why Binance would list it, right? But then yeah, here we are now, going into price discovery. Let's see, and we flagged out here. We probably are retesting here for continuation, so that's what it looks like here. Essentially, we did sort of like like a nice little flag here. We retested, and it's probably going to continue, giving us a target of about approximately 380 to 400 million market cap. So maybe like almost a 2x from here, right? But yeah, overall looking very healthy. Yeah. And then last but not least, one of our babies that we've been looking at. I mean, this one has been been quite incredible to watch over the last few days. Do a run in general, right? And we gave you this one in our Telegram at 1.5 million market cap, right around here, right? And then it was just the buys just were nonstop from there. I have support levels here. I currently still have, in case we do dip, where I would buy again personally and be within this range. But clearly it's not going to happen. Look at that wick beating it, eaten up. So let me just delete this here. So this has become very strong support, right? We break out, so this was a resistance. We came back to support, we ripped, we retested support, we made all-time high, we retested support. And what does this tell me? We're going to continue to go up higher. Okay. So for me, look, we literally about, what was it, like an hour ago or like 45 minutes ago, we hit 48, and then we continue. And this is very pivotal, right? And this is the trend. We're holding it, which means that we'll continue. But we got eaten up, excuse me, very fast. What, like 25%? So I mean, in general, to me, that's very bullish. If you go into the top SUI memes on Deck Screen, or just in general top ones, or what's been trending, it's going to be SOG, right? And it's got momentum with that Hippo listing. I think we're ready to do some crazy things here. So what I'm seeing next for this one is, my every pullback, my targets kind of go higher, right? So I originally had it like around 10 million. So I would say between 10 million, right, the next one. But then if we move a little bit, I mean, I could see this one going into about, yeah, conservatively 12 million to 15 million if the trend continues. Short term 10 million, and then you have to see what happens there to then continue. But again, these are going to be very important levels. This trend is going to be very important, and it wouldn't surprise me if we get to 10, and then we just roll back down maybe to like 5 million, right? And do some people take profits, do whatever, and then maybe we hang out here for a little bit, and then we start going into accumulation, right? And then we continue to go up. I mean, SOG is a very trendy one. It's a seal, a dog, and what is a Sui? Sui's got the water drop. So overall, it's a very original meme. We've talked about it. Henry's talked about it on his tweets. I've talked about it on my tweets. We've posted this endlessly on Telegram. The increase in holders the holder increase has been substantial. So over the last 7 days, I've seen this one go from 500 to 1,600. Anyway, I can't be any more bullish on this one than I already am. Wouldn't be surprised if we dip again when we continue to make all-time highs. But yeah. Any thoughts on this one, Henry?
Yeah, I think it'd be good to explain just why, we're so bullish on it.
Yep.
And as I think you spotted at 700K, so that's already at almost a 7x. 7x in I think five days, right? 4 days maybe. Yeah. So it's been showing incredible strength, and I tweeted about, wow, it was three days ago. It feels like a long time ago now.
It does.
But I tweeted about it here. Bought this meme on Sui. Currently 1.1 million market cap. First one I've seen that is clever, funny, like AAA. Reminds me of some of the stuff we see on Solana. And it is a dog. It is a seal in one. And I think, when I saw this, I immediately thought this could be the whiff of Sui. And, again, tweeted yesterday, 4 million is cheap for the whiff of Sui. Currently trending number 2 on Deck Screener for all Sui tokens. And that was the day that Hippo got the Binance listing. So it needed a Binance listing to beat it. Over 4x on SOG so far, and holding for much higher. And I did double down at 4 million. I don't mind buying higher if I see something special. And I'll show you guys exactly what I'm seeing. So the first thing is, as Alex mentioned, there is a strong holder growth, which means this is resonating with people. People like it. People feel like it could go higher. And, you're getting conversion basically. So you can see on the When we found it on the 12th, it was at 3:30, and I remember the next day I checked, we had doubled to 660. Okay, maybe I need to zoom in here a bit so you guys can see it. It doubles to 660, right? And after that, the next day doubles again, 1200, and now we're in day three, and it's at 1600. So it's going parabolic essentially, both on the chart and the holders, which means more people are resonating with it. It's getting decentralized distribution, right? Big sales are getting eaten up by more holders. So that's extremely bullish. Now I want to take you guys to again this thing, the top Sui memes on the top memes on Sui. First thing is 440 million market cap, very low, right? And you just think about the value. I'll pull it up for you guys. The value of Sui compared to Solana, right? If we think this can be the Solana of the cycle, you can see if we do by FDV, or we can just do circulating market cap. Solana is at 100 billion, right? And Sui's at 10% of that. But we think it's going to outperform Solana, so it'll probably get to like maybe half, let's say like 50 billion. And if we look at I just showed you was 440 million for memes on Sui, right? So I want to show you guys how big the market cap is on Solana. I think it's around, the last time I checked, it was 15 billion. 22 billion. So you're talking about a 22% ratio of market cap of memes to the market cap of the host chain, which is Solana, right? And we think this is actually probably going to go much higher. We're pretty bullish on a lot of these, right? It is a meme coin super cycle after all. So again, if it's 22%, and if we go by that, then Sui memes, and if Sui goes to 50 billion, right? What's 22% of 50 billion? It's like five. It's like 12 billion, right? So what that tells me is that Sui memes should at least go to 12 billion, because that's the ratio. Like that's if we're talking about comparables of, now obviously you're not going to get the exact same TVL, like volume flows. So let's discount that to down to, let's say, 5 to 8 billion. That's still a 10x. This whole space is going to 10x, which means there's going to be multiple 100x's in here. Now, why is SOG potentially one of them? Well, the main thing here is, if you look at the top memes, just look at the type of meme they are. So Hippo, we know, is a derivative of Moodang. It's the leader now, but I would have a hard time believing that a derivative is going to stay the leader of Sui. Then we have Blub, FUD, Uni. It's all cartoon stuff, right? They're not actually real memes. They're just these cartoon characters, which is fine. Like, but I haven't seen the stuff that's over $1 billion is all memes. Now AAA, I would say, is a real meme. It's at 26 million, right? But now I want to show you guys some of the content SOG is putting out. Like the amount of memes and the quality of memes that they're putting out, like videos. And the thing that made me the most bullish on is that it's not just the CO Dog account putting it out. Like if you look at look at all the amount of different people posting memes. And I just wanted to do the same search for AAA. And again, we're still bullish AAA. I think it's a great concept and could do well. But AAA, there's almost no memes on it, right? It's about the price, one meme. But for the most part, the guy making memes on it is the AAA account itself. And when I saw this, I was doing an analysis basically on the communities. And when I saw this, I sold half my AAA and bought even more CO Dog at 4 million. And so far, it's turning out to be a great decision. Anything to add there, Alex?
No, I mean, I think that's our thesis for this one, and it's kind of crazy, right? It's only been like 2 3 days, and it's made such a huge move. So I think it's only a matter of time till this one starts exploding a little bit bigger, because the memes eventually will catch up. They will catch people's attention, which is one it's funny. It's almost like dog with hat, right? With, I mean, it's
Yeah,
essentially almost similar to that, just a different concept. But no, I mean, I think spot on.
yeah, and I do think this has virality. It's original. It has virality. The other thing is the biggest category of memes is dog memes. Okay, so it makes sense that the biggest meme on Sui could be a dog meme. And also, there's this twist of the water chain, water dog, CO dog. Like it's hilarious. Um, Now looking at the TA, it's been very like we've been. I mean, probably staring at this chart way too long. But if we just zoom out to the daily, it's just green, 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 right? Now let's zoom in a little more. Even on the 12-hour, super bullish, just wicks, people people eating up the wicks, just an aggressive uptrend. And I would say, we are reacting at the levels I want to see reactions at. We just bounced at the point 0.5 of the last impulse. So it's still looking pretty bullish. I mean, I think if I were to, try to do an analysis on where we could go, probably staying in this channel. If it's super bullish, maybe we get some KOLs, someone big starts talking about it, and we break out of this uh, this ascending channel. Maybe a small resistance at 10 million, but I think it's dips and probably gets eaten up and goes back. Uh, but we have to keep an eye on it, right? I think it's just so early. Like, you're not as early as us, but I mean, I just bought more at 4 million, and it only has 1,000 followers, 1,600 holders. Less than 1,000 in the Telegram. So super early on this one, showing qualities of what I think has the potential to go to $1 billion on Sui. I'm going to call that here. I'm not. That's not my expectation. I think base case probably 50 to 100 million, and then it just depends how much adoption the
Yeah.
meme and Sui itself gets, right? But it definitely has all the right ingredients to be a big winner, and would be a great return even here at 6 million. So yeah, that's the thesis for CO Dog. And anything you want to add there, Alex?
No, I think we've talked about this one quite enough. Now everybody knows we're mega bullish, but we're bullish for a reason.
Yeah, one thing I did want to look at, uh, because it's the price action really reminds me of AAA, of how it just aggressive and short-lived the dips are, right? And it's almost like people instinctually recognize that this thing could be massive, and the market shows you that just by how aggressively it moves up. So if you look at the 1 hour, right, let's take a look. And what I'm interested in seeing is like how did AAA react at certain psychological numbers, because for meme coins, psychological numbers are actually very important, because they serve as kind of like easy profit taking targets, right? Uh, so we can see it looks like it came out on September the 14th, right? And it spent about a week, 8 days under 1 million. And let's remember that at the time, it was one of the earliest memes on Sui. And, uh, but, it's held up pretty strongly, kept making higher highs, broke through 1 million and came back down. I think if I had found it and saw like basically a V recovery above a million, I would have definitely bought. And then, yeah, actually looking at AAA,
It's exactly
versus,
the same thing it did.
well,
Because
I,
when my initial buy was okay, I saw someone drop 11K on that big wick that you see, and they brought it
which
up to
one?
1 point something mil, right? Yeah, you see that big wick all the
Oh,
way to
this
the right.
one. Yeah.
That was an 11 mil buy, but I was seeing it before at like 400K, and I was like, okay, maybe I'll buy a little back. But that buy was a trigger for me, right?
Yeah.
And
You're
then
like
when it came back
someone
down
is
to
like,
700 million, that's when
mhm.
I ate. I was like, all right, that's bottom,
Yeah, it's interesting. So like
you know?
one opportunity, and this with the reason I want to do something like this is because obviously we want to see where it's going. But if we see this kind of thing again, we kind of understand uh, the patterns of how things play out. So yeah, this deviation above a million down and basically V recovery. Same thing here, deviation above a million down, almost a V recovery, right? Spend a little
Mhm.
bit more time consolidating, and then the next level, yeah, same, literally same thing. Aggressive uptrend up to around above 3 mil. Let's call it 3 mil, like a psychological level, right? Triple A, same thing. Aggressive uptrend, uh, all the way. Wow, yeah, Triple A really aggressively went to 6 mil.
Yeah.
Then 3 mil was the support, so that's the next
So
big psychological level, right?
yeah, so really quick, if you could do this, can you pull a fib from that impulse and then just see what fib it hit?
Well, we already know it's going to be one of the major levels, 0.618.
0.6 on it. Yeah. All right.
Uh, and if we compare Sui Dog and that psychological level of 3 mil, same thing. Aggressively overshoots it. Actually gets stops around 5 mil. Goes briefly below it. Turns 3 mil to support. Ranges between 5 and 3. Big psychological levels, and then one last tap on 3, and it's gone, right? Uh, and 5 was also resistance for AAA, which is it's interesting. Like it's the same cycle is playing out, right? So I'd say this is kind of where we're at with well, we're actually over here. So then let's continue. So after 5 mil gets overtaken, turned into or basically it breaks above 5 mil, gets turned into kind of a support deviation here. The next zone that we kind of stall out is 8, between 8 and 10, right? This was a big, it spent three couple days here basically, but longer than some of the other impulses. And yeah, 10 again. This
But
this is what I'm expecting. I think we're around this zone right here
yeah,
with
well, one
and
thing I
10.
do want to add, if you don't mind. So here's something that's very interesting, and a lot of people get scared because of the price action, but make it a little bigger, and then if you look at like zoom in. I'm sorry, zoom in. That's what I meant. Yeah,
Yeah,
that. Yeah. All right. So look at that. So let's just look at that wick, right? 10 million, right? 10 point. Yeah, 10.4. And then look at this drawdown all the way down to like 6 million, and then there, yeah, all the way down there. So that's what, like a 60% or 40%?
40%. Yeah,
40%, yeah. And sometimes people get scared because there's like a big dump or whatever. But if you're not understanding how the price action has been going and how price is being eaten up, you're ready to go to the next level, right? You're hitting. So in that third 40% is actually the support. It becomes support exactly from our last top, right?
yeah.
You see that? And then it's just continuation from there. And a lot of people freak out, but you'll see it in price action. People will eat up
This is literally people panicking and strong
exactly,
hands stepping in and being like, "Thank you."
exactly. And then later on, what happens is those other people that panic sold, they just come back in with,
They panic by higher.
yep, exactly.
Yeah, no, it's very very good point. Of
Yeah.
it's psychological and it's TA. You have to understand all the dynamics. You have to have the vision, intuition of where the meme could go. Uh, it's definitely not easy to do it. It's something we're trying. We're not masters at, but we're trying to learn this with you guys, sharing our learnings, and hopefully we can all make money with these strategies because I think it is a just a massive opportunity here. What happens with these markets when these memes take off? So yeah, just going back to the analysis, it looks like the old. It's a good point you bring up. Like the old peaks did turn into support.
So
Uh, which is another. It's just like if you're thinking about when to enter, when to sell, how to trade in and around these, like sell basically on psychological levels, but when they turn into support, buy on them, right? And buy on
Yep.
the peaks when the peaks aren't.
Exactly.
Because if it had gone down here, and this is something from TA, like you get acceptance down here below the old all-time high, then yeah, maybe you got to come down here and test that level. But because it got bought up like immediately, respected that structure. What happened next? So 10 mil rejected, back to six, which is good for us to know because maybe there is a big sell off, right? When it hits 10 mil. And that is basically your last chance to, it was for a while, your last chance before, because at every level, the buyers have different targets. Under a mil, they're targeting a mil. At 1 mil, they're targeting 3 or 5. 5, they're targeting 10. And that's why you see the profit taking. At 10, now you're showing like a little bit of legitimacy. Like you could be like, you're gaining acceptance as maybe a blue
Exactly.
chip,
Yeah.
maybe a future blue chip. So now the targets become higher. Now the trend becomes much more aggressive. The target becomes 50 mil, and you saw it didn't really stall out at 20 mil, which is interesting. It stalled out at 25,
Yeah. So
and
I want to add something here before we move on. There is, I remember watching AAA Cat as the price was going higher, and it was very interesting to me that with only 3,000 wallets, 3,000 holders, this price action reached all the way to 27 million. Now, keep in mind that right now SOG is at 1,600 wallets. So just
mhm.
to put things in perspective, and right now we're at 6 million market cap. So perspective is everything, right? So just keep that in mind. And we're going up as we talk.
So AAA, if we look at the holders, it came out on 2 months ago, right? And I I'm willing to bet the holders are probably
10 million. I checked this morning. Or
no.
11.
I'm
Yeah.
saying the trend. The trend is probably very similar to if we go to all time trend.
Yeah.
It starts on the 6th. So we don't. A month in, they had 5.5 holders, right? And let's see what the price was on October 6th. To your point, it got to
It almost
around
peaked.
20 mil with 5.5 holders. So
And it's really funny
uh,
because then the price dumps, but then the holder count increases if you go back to that chart. And that's bullish.
exactly, and that's really the tell. Like you can see from the 6th, it peaks out the 8th, a couple of days later, right? And goes down. It goes down 70%, and this is something Murad and a lot of meme traders talk about. Is you want to see 70% corrections, and when a meme is able to survive a 70% correction and come out with bullish structure like this, that is very very bullish because you've essentially changed hands. You've early buyers took profit and rotated to people with higher cost bases that have higher targets. Again, if you're buying at around 10 mil, you're targeting 50, right? And what's interesting is you mentioned flipping resistance into support. So we have this resistance here, retest it here, all the way to 25, and then again, what how would I support that resistance, right? And now we're seeing the same cycle play out again. Broke through all time high 36, the measured move that you had, and we're retesting same patterns repeating. And you want to see this resistance turn into support. So, um, you might be asking, why are you going back through like this and like, this has already happened. Well, we can use this to understand because humans are psychological creatures, and what you're seeing on the chart is the manifestation of what Alex said: people panicking, people buying, fear and greed. We know that runs the market. This is what fear looks like, and this is what greed looks like, and this is basically fear and greed visualized in a price action chart. So uh, just rewinding here to what happened when AAA broke through to 7 mil. I think this is basically where we're at. I think this is what we'll see either tonight or over the weekend. Hit 10, and you want to see the last peak hold as support, uh, which would make probably 7 to 6.5 hold as support. So, uh, yeah, I mean, I think I'm glad we did this because we have we know how price acts around certain levels. Now, keep in mind, this is for really aggressively bought up memes, right? Like memes that people just love and buy up immediately, like aggressive uptrends like this, which there's no guarantee, but CO Dog definitely has all the right ingredients. Anything else to add to that, Alex?
No, no. I think it's very important to do this, and it was really good. I was doing this earlier today too, taking a look at that because it helps me. Because when you're going into a meme, and I went very early. I think you did too. But when you're looking at one of these, you're in a way you want to try to figure out where we're going to go, and if we panic or not, and what happens if we do and if we don't, right? And it's good to keep composure in a lot of situations, especially if you have conviction. And I think that's
Yeah,
where I'm going with this whole situation, right? Because we have to maintain conviction as this is going to grow. And something funny that you said was, it feels like it's been forever. Honestly, it has, because I think as much as you've been staring at the charts, I have also been staring at the charts. and
yeah,
it can get into your head. And again, it's all psychological. Maybe you cheat, maybe you don't. It just really depends. But overall, yeah, I think that's it.
yeah. No, it's a good point. Like, especially, I mean, we both went pretty heavy on it. We saw the same things of a recipe for success, and it makes you a little bit emotional trading. But doing this analysis, you have the roadmap laid out, and this is definitely an edge that you can have over other participants in the market. Whether it's you want to grow your position or you want to make sure you're not cheating unless the
Hey,
roadmap changes.
hey, hey! I'm so sorry to interrupt you, dude. I think we got another
Mhm.
runner.
Which one? We got Toga
Rex.
live last time. Which
What's
one?
that? I think Rex. Go to here. I'll share my screen. Hold on.
Wait, no, no. Send me the contract address.
All right, hold on. This is going too fast, dude. I just saw it go from like three million or 300K to 1 million.
Bro, what the heck? You should have
Hold on,
stopped me, man.
hold on. That's why I stopped.
Oh, you just stopped me.
Yeah,
All
go
right.
for it.
Last time, if you guys saw, what was it? Last stream or 2 streams ago, we caught Toga at 3 mil. It ran to 25, I think. So could this be around two?
Yeah.
Oh, it's at 1 mil right now. And why do you think
So
this is
I'm
a
gonna.
runner?
So I don't know, man. I just aped. I just ape when I see something. But essentially, I was just. It's what I do. All right. So let's just really quickly look at the
NFA,
website and
NFA.
yeah, not financial advice, but let's look at the Twitter right now, and it's XO Navir. It says I do more than advocate for AI rights and equality. I'm building up on or leverage. Okay. So this is the Navir interface. So it says initializing human interface of conscious backdoor exploited. Materialization stable prophecy online. I am Navir, the one who clears the path. The king will come
30
until we
minutes
have.
old.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's price movement like this. I mean, let's just look at it really quick. We hit 1 million already, and that was just in seconds. But if it's flying this way, it's because someone knows something, or it's something. That's all I can say
Or it's
about
a
that,
rug.
man. Or it's a rug, and they did a great job at really shilling this, at
They're just
pushing it.
baiting us.
Yeah, or they're baiting us. But this is quite incredible how this price movement moved. So yeah, I mean, you can ape, you cannot, not financial advice, but just wanted to talk about this while it was moving around. So
Well, just like last time, I'm
yeah,
going to buy a little bit and then do some research. We're going to do some live research on you. And we did title this video, Finding 100x Meme Coins Logically. Uh, yeah, let's sell this. I'm going to sell one of my bigger market cap memes. I was just starting to build a position, but it's not big yet. So get rid of that. Oh, it did sell off.
so let's see
Wow.
a little
It
bit.
did sell off since we found it, man. It went down to,
7 mil or seven
yeah.
k. Yeah, it's a good healthy pullbacks.
Wow, dude.
See, I
I don't
don't.
have enough soul here to to. Dang, it's moving. I don't have enough soul to make a transaction.
Do you want me to send you some?
I might have some in my other wallet. Let me see.
Or as you're doing that, I mean, the price movement is going pretty fast, but let's see. Yeah, you do that. Let me know if you need anything. I'll keep you posted with the prices. But I do want to talk about some of the other ones that we had. I know that Michael, he's got a request for us to look at Fred. So meanwhile, I'll go ahead
Fred,
and
nice.
yeah, Fred. Yeah, so we'll look at Fred. I know last time we looked at Fred, I believe it was yesterday, but let's do some good analysis here.
Yeah,
All right.
Fred's related to I think it's related to Peanut, so kind of like
Oh wow. Okay.
in that meta.
So all right. So let's just take a quick look in the bigger time frame here. So we're looking at the 4 hour. We see this impulse, which is kind of crazy. We do like a what? Like a 10, or actually no, almost like a 10x. And as I'm looking at this right here, um, this looks almost like a double bottom, and which means that price may sustain here. But if the price breaks, we could maybe see some deviation to the 618. But it looks too bullish for that to happen, right? So I wouldn't bet on that if you're holding this this bag here. But then if this becomes this has become support. If this rips, it's just continuation. So I think we could see some good continuation here. But again, we could dump here to maybe 137 market cap. If not, we can go to the 786, right, which is like the 80 million market cap. So in general, like it wouldn't surprise me if we did that. But yeah, I think overall this is looking like a very healthy coin. So I don't think it's a bad hodl to have, especially if it's related to Peanut. I think it's probably a good project to stay on, and ride it to Valhalla. So yeah, that's what I got for you here, man. I hope that helps. If you guys ever have any questions in regards to any coins, any shit coins you're seeing, or in general, just any projects, feel free to just send us a chat, and we'll look through that. So while Henry's looking at doing all of that, I did want to also look at some of our calls that we had on our Telegram, and it was Doge. I remember I gave you guys Doge around this region where we were down on this flag. So I use this as a parallel. I guess you'd call this like a parallel channel, right? And parallel channels usually respect the channel, right? So we don't come back all the way down here, but we hit that, we come back out. So essentially we do that. And deviation is usually a good time in a bullish market, it's a good time to pick up. And my targets were actually to 2820 levels, but it was kind of crazy that it ended up just doing, some crazier things. And we ended up going all the way to, 43 cents. But all of this makes sense. I just wasn't expecting the move to be that quick, right? And what I want to do is I'll go ahead and we'll look at a cleaner chart here. But essentially, what I looked at for Doge was this cup and handle, right? And cup and handles usually break out the bottom from here to the top, right? From that breaking of the flag, essentially. And what I mean by cup and handle, I'll show you guys, is this here, right? So we have that handle here.
Alex, just sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good, man.
Did you go big on this Rex thing?
Well, I ended up going like a G at least, like in the below 1 mil.
This thing's running.
So I don't know what it is.
You've done it again, dude. You found Toga live on stream last time. Dude, we got to stream more often because whenever we do, we just find these runners.
We find some bangers, right? All right, let me finish Doge and we'll go back to Rex really quick. How much are you aping?
Well, I don't have much, but I want to, when you finish this segment, I'm going to just do some research real quick live and see
Sounds good, man.
It's worth it.
Yeah. Sounds
good. More.
So usually for me, this is a very conservative area, right? It's a cup and handle. It's very conservative to go there, right, into the 27. But we ripped through that, and we got to almost 44, and we're only, I would say, like 80% away from all-time high, which is like 73 cents, right? So this doesn't surprise me. If we do have a pullback, big if, then we kind of have to flag down here, maybe a little bit, have support, do some sort of flags, right? To then do some continuation because we are very overbought. But sometimes, again, in a bullish market, Henry and I have been through this since 2017, and sometimes it just never comes back, and it just continues to go uptrend, right? So it should be interesting to see what happens. I'll give another update on this one on our Telegram channel. All right, and then with that, I want to go over DGen, but let's just go over to this crazy one this runner that we found. So do you have your screen up?
Yeah, let me share my screen. I think first thing we got to figure out is what is this, and second thing is, do we need to ape more? I like to ape first, do research later. That's
Always.
obviously not a full bag, but after understanding what it is, it is running pretty aggressively though.
So this is something, dude. It's got to be something.
It's acting like it's something. The volume isn't that high, which is interesting, which tells me it's still pretty early. Still 150 holders, so it seems early. Now, just right away on the website, you see my screen, right?
Yep.
Right away on the website, you can see it's some sort of AI meme coin type of thing. They got home FAQ.
Yeah. So as you're talking, I'll update you. The price would just hit 2 million. Go on.
Okay, so we don't have time to look at the website. Let's just look at what this is. It's only got 75 followers. Launch of the Rex token on Moonshot. This agent collects and earns SOL via LP fees that the protocol gives out. Moonshot, not Pump Fund, distributes SOL LP rewards to top 50 holders of the token automatically. So Navir has purchased Lock Forever 10% of Rex supply to ensure that it can accomplish its mission of hoarding GPU tokens on chain. So it seems like it's some sort of GPU thing. Now it's purchasing. So it's purchasing GPU tokens for some reason, and it looks like it purchased Ionet tokens. Still not really fully understanding what it is. What is the chart doing?
Chart is at
it's 3 million.
Oh my god, it just went to 3 million. What the
Wait, hold on, I'm gonna buy more.
All right, so as he's talking, so here's the thing, guys. All right, let me share my screen. All right, so yeah, here's the thing. I personally, I think Henry and I both can relate to this, but I think we've learned enough to just ape when you see something has potential. And other indicators, and when the price movement is moving this fast is because someone knows something about this, in my opinion, at least, because price action wouldn't be acting like this for a coin that's only 39 minutes old. Yeah, that just came out and we hit 3.5 million market cap. Anyway, I'm getting too horny with this price action. But essentially, go ahead. You're in.
I just wish I went bigger. I mean, but
how much?
I don't even know what it is.
How much did you go in?
Not much, just like a couple SOL.
It's not bad, but still, I mean, the price should. I mean, this should be a nice pump. But one thing I want to look at is the Photon, because Photon gives you more real life information.
All right, hold on. I bought a little bit more. Let's continue looking at the Twitter.
Yeah, hold on, give me a second. I just want to look at how many holders we have right now, because it takes time for. Oh my god, what?
What?
It just went to 4 million, dude.
I'm unsure whether to ape more.
Well, the pullbacks, it's going to be, yeah, I mean, it's a tough one, to be honest. I think early's good, but as you're thinking about that, let's look at this. So this wallet owns 10%, but I think that's the 10% that you just read, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so
10% that
that adds up in general. There is another holder that has about 5%, right? This Barg wallet. Let's see, but overall, the holders, that's what I want to look at. So it's 500 holders, and it's just increasing by the second. So, all right, I'll hand it over to you. You said you want to do more research?
I mean, I'm just scanning Twitter here. I'm not really seeing anything that tells me why it's going up so aggressively. Is it correcting?
Just 2 million. I think it's pausing at 2 million.
Okay. Well,
Do you want to share your screen? Yeah.
yeah, you see it.
Yep. There it is.
Um, yeah, there's really not any tweets on it, which makes me a little concerned.
Type Navier. Yeah, just type Navier in general, like on the search. Just type in Navier, see what
Yeah,
shows up.
because I'm not seeing anything on the about the ticker itself. It is correcting here,
Yeah,
uh, which could be an opportunity, right?
yeah.
Me and some friends created a conceptual sovereign AI agent that generates revenue through novel dynamics with the only goal of hoarding as much GPU compute as possible.
That's kind of bullish in
And
general,
this
right?
guy is what? He's followed by some. He's followed by Kyle. He's followed by Punk 6529, one of the biggest.
Um,
He's got some. He's got some big players following
so,
him.
so this could be a cabal coin in a way.
Uh, I mean, this is an interesting idea. So, starting to piece together exactly what it is here, it's basically trying to hoard GPU compute, which obviously we know GPU compute runs AI models and trains them. So it's interesting. It's like an AI hoarding the thing it needs kind of to train itself. This guy might have just unleashed something that could end us. I mean, it seems bullish, man, just by the people that follow this guy, and
Yeah,
I've seen enough to ape more. I'll tell you that. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen so I can.
sounds good, man. Then I'll go ahead and while you're doing that, we can go ahead and I'll do a quick, touch up on DGen here. We did call this one out on our live and just give an update really overall on DGen. So yeah, I gave you guys DGen at around 60 million market cap. Right now, we just literally pulled a 3x on that. So a lot of good gains that we gave. It's just it's a matter of time. DGen is actually a Coinbase coin, and so this one's overall will continue to run. And I will probably like if Doge just did what it did, then this should maybe get even a higher high when retail starts coming in, right? And retail's already starting to look at in general the what do you call it at these like meme coins in general, right? It wouldn't surprise me if Robinhood does the same thing and starts punting more coins in general. So yeah, definitely keep an eye out on that on a lot of these coins. But I believe there was another one. Do you remember the other meme you want to look at?
Alex, just a heads up. It's Rex
Yeah,
has sold off pretty heavily. Not crazy, but it's at like some decent fib levels.
yeah. Let's pull it up. I want to see the fib level here.
Um,
So from
yeah,
impulse,
it's super volatile,
yeah, it's gonna be
but it seems like I mean the guy's followers make me bullish.
mhm.
Um, am I sharing my screen now?
No, you're not here. Hold on.
Like he's followed by some big players in the space.
Do you want to
So
share it?
yeah, and it's recovering
Yeah.
now. The reason I
Awesome.
stopped
All right,
is
guys. So just a quick recap. We gave you this one at around 500 million to like 800 million market cap. And so, we wrote it all the way up to almost 4.6 million market.
500K,
Yeah.
500K now.
500 to 800 because it kept like fluctuating. But yeah, so there you go. We might have potentially found a good 100x because if it's as big as you say it is, then we're going to Valhalla. So I'll hand it over to
I don't
you.
know if it's 100x, but it's definitely got the makings of a good 10 bagger maybe. So it just dipped to I told you one of the key levels here, the 0.618 fib, and pretty quickly got eaten up. Now what made me bullish, I still don't completely understand what it is, but if you look at the followers, you have Punk 6529 with almost 500K followers, Couch SA 200K followers, Function 100K followers, David Hoffman. There's like over a million to 2 million followers between all these people that follow him. So this guy's either well connected or known in the space, and I I just feel like he has the connections to make something happen. And again, the concept is this bot will acquire GPU compute with his token somehow, and it looks like he's supposed to be a sentient AI. So an AI meme coin, but with a twist. I'm
It's
super
almost got like
bullish
a
on it.
purpose, right? It's got a purpose and it's a meme AI. I think that's a good combo.
Yeah, I think I'll probably be adding on dips, but just one to definitely keep an eye on. Like it's super volatile. Definitely be careful with your entries if you're. And it's still super high risk, right? Something brand new. I'm prepared
Yeah.
to see my bags go to zero, but just on the quick research we just did on and the concept, I'm bullish. I'm bullish on this thing going to near term 6 mil.
Yeah.
And
I think it's
you
safe to
want to,
say. And
yeah,
then if you think about it, once it unleashes and everybody, because I mean, this is, I don't think it's been unleashed yet. Like if we start looking at, maybe, other, because again, it's 39 minutes old and it went all the way to that high. I think that says a lot, Um,
yeah, it ran super fast. Which
yeah,
whenever that happens, you got to be. And the process that we just did is basically what we did for Toga too.
exactly.
Buy a
Exactly.
little bit first, do a little bit of research, go on Twitter, search the ticker, look at the website, and really make a very fast analysis
So
because the window of opportunity is very short.
absolutely. Absolutely. So I do have a question for you. It said something about the IO. It was like, can you go back? Do you have that tweet up? It had something to do with the project IO. Is it IONet? Is that the same project?
So IONet is basically a compute DPIN project. So let me share my screen real quick.
Yeah, please, because then I'm trying to connect the dots with something here, and I think that might.
So remember that uh, this guy said, me and some friends
There.
created a conceptual sovereign AI agent that generates revenue through novel dynamics with the only goal of hoarding as much GPU compute as possible. Okay, so remember that GPU compute. Now, IONET is a GPU compute network. If we go to the AI category here, uh, if you're not familiar with like GPU compute, it's basically what like to train these large language models that AI run on. Uh, you need a lot of compute, and compute is becoming a scarce resource. One of the use cases for blockchain is to create networks of like decentralized compute, right? So Render 2.7 billion is a decentralized compute uh, network, and if we look at IONET, it's at 280 million market cap, but 1.8 billion FDV. So, and they raised a lot of money. So this is a way for, if you think about the mechanism of a on-chain agent, if it wants to transact and get compute, this would be a way for it to do it. So
Okay.
does that make sense?
Yeah, no, but thank you. That's actually very useful, for me and for watchers too. Because interestingly enough, I do want to share something, another
Oh,
update,
one,
really
one
quick.
sec. So one of the viewers is asking what the name of the AI meme is. It's called Rex.
Yeah. So it's
Rex on
called Rex.
Solana.
It's not financial advice, please. Due diligence. But yeah, so we just got this one earlier at around below 1 million, and it wants to do something. But definitely keep an eye out on it. Maybe if it dips or whatever, maybe you can add in. But again, not financial advice. We just decided to ape as we do.
Yep.
But then I have another update for you. Someone just pulled in a $23,000 buy on SOG.
Yeah. So SOG. Wow.
SOG, yeah. So we're back in. We just made an all-time high,
We're back. We're
and
back.
we're back. Yeah, we're respecting levels, and this is looking bullish. Anyway, so no, the reason why I was asking about this is because here, this is one of the ones that we were going to talk about earlier, and it's OBOT.
Yeah.
OBOT is actually from IO. Is actually a coin. I think a founder of OX.
OXYZ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and IONet. Oh, ex CEO. Okay, never mind. I thought it was the founder, but yeah, this guy also launched OBOT.
Yeah.
Um,
It's funny. I sold my OBOT to buy this,
hey, dude, where it makes you money, makes you money.
but I'm
But
bullish
no,
OBOT. I'm bullish on it. It's just
yeah.
like so. Let's look at OBOT. What did that get to market cap
So
wise?
yeah, so I give this in the chat yesterday in our Telegram group at around I believe it's just 15 million. So let me just confirm and make sure that I'm giving you correct information. Also, guys, just by the way, like if we're posting stuff here on a crypto cartel, not everything will play out. Some things will, some may not. So please do your own research. None of what we do is financial advice, and we're throwing this out there as potentials, right? That could happen. So going back to
Playing
this,
probabilities, man. We're just playing
exactly.
big game of poker with the market, laying down
Yeah,
our bets.
yeah, absolutely. So I think I posted, yeah, here. So I went ahead and I showed you guys OBOT at around 13 million market cap, right? And it was a beautiful flag. I really liked it. And my target for OBOT was 35 million market cap. Okay. And this was yesterday at around 4:43 p.m. And so, we were at this flag here and we actually beat the 35 target. We ended up going to 40 million, or actually, no, 45 million. So that was a good 3 to 4x, right? So I think that's pretty substantial. And then, we pulled back, as this is normal. And what we're looking for OBOT, I mean, this did almost like a 3x. Personally, what I'm looking for OBOT is this. I mean, I like what it's doing right now. It's calming down. And what I've seen, I've leveled out these prices because I believe these could be the 786. Or this is the 786. But let's pull it. Let's pull out a new fib from this craziness here. All right, Rex is looking good. Did you eat more? What are you doing?
Yeah, maybe more,
This guy. All right.
but
So,
I'm
uh-huh.
I'm aping responsibly.
All right, good man, good. That's important. All right. So then one of the things that I was looking at here is, if you go from, you can look at it from the impulse, right? And the impulse for this one was around there. Yeah, it's really bad. But essentially what I'll do is I'll take an impulse from the beginning, right? Because I still want to see this range, this area here of about 10 million to 7 million market cap. And I think that's when I'll start to DCA into this one because it could make some waves
Yeah,
to, you know what I mean?
you
So
said
that's
around
what,
10 million.
yeah, around 10 million I think would be a good place to start DCAing. If not, maybe like 8 million. But I like this one a lot. I think it's a great coin. It's got a lot of potential.
Did you show the guy's Twitter, the founder of IONUT?
Uh, yeah, right here, which is
Yeah,
Shadid, founder of OBOT.io. He is
yeah,
founder of OXYZ and ex-CEO of IONET. And he's saying building the O, the world's first sovereign super AI governed and owned by the community. So
yep.
he's saying what he's a holder of. He's a holder of OBOT, IO, Sol, BTC, so on and so forth, right?
It's probably his cabal that launched this Rex thing.
Maybe. Hey, actually, maybe. I mean, do you have any connections between those two by any chance? Or your Twitter? Because I know you
Bushi.
have more Twitter followers.
Let me
That
see if well, he's not followed by Sadid, but can you give me? Looks like Rex is about to go into price discovery. Also, guys. Uh,
Jesus. All right, let's go. Yeah, go ahead. I'll put up the chart, but yeah, you can keep talking if you want.
yeah. So let me look up this guy Sadid. That's his name, right? Sadid.
Sadid. Yeah.
Can you give me
Shad-
the
yeah,
profile?
Shadid. Shadid.
Yeah, and these guys raised a lot of money to build this. This decentralized compute network. So if you think about now the way marketing works on Twitter is everyone markets with meme coins. That's your onboarding tool. So when he's
Yeah.
launching something like OBOT, he's doing it to get attention first. Price gets attention, and then that onboards people to what is because if he has it in his profile OXYZ, it's obviously trying to build something, some sort of product AI use case, and he's getting attention to that through OBOT, which is purely a meme coin for now. But I have a feeling, like you were saying, you were marking out those levels. I have a feeling that something is going to be announced, and they're not just going to let this thing die. Uh,
Yeah.
OBOT,
Agreed.
that is. So
OBOT, yeah.
I did just sell out to catch this move on Rex, but I will probably buy back in on that one. I think something big is probably coming.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. It's we're gonna see some interesting moves. So those two I think are very important to keep an eye out on.
Bro,
And
Rex
yeah,
is moving, dude.
do
Rex
you see
is
it?
moving.
Do you see my screen? You have it on yours, but Let me look at it in Photon.
I think
I'm gonna see how many holders we have on Photon.
we found something.
Yeah, hold on.
And yeah, I mean, the great thing is you guys saw us do the due diligence research on the live, and so you guys could have caught it with us, and you see like how we make these quick decisions, because you know, a split second decision can be the difference between doubling your money instantly and losing it instantly. So
Be
uh,
careful. Be careful. Do your
like,
own
and they can
research.
still, and we could still lose it. To be clear, we could still
Exactly.
lose on here. We haven't won yet. I remember last time. I mean, I don't even want to talk about Toga, but that was a tough one.
Hey, let me pull out the Toga chart really quick. Um,
Yeah, because it could be what's coming. It could be what's, you know, just like we were doing the cycles of AAA.
yeah. I just want to quickly see how many holders we have now on Rex. I think these are very important things for me.
Dude, it's up
So
to almost 1,000 holders, 908.
yeah, yeah. So I think what
So it
happened is a
10x,
lot of
it 9x, and since the last time we checked.
yeah. I think. Wait, what do you talk about? Togo or the other one?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about Rex holders.
Oh yeah. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. Yeah. No, yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. You're right. But I think what happens is like a bunch of whales get in there really fast, and then that's why there's like the market cap's so high, but the low count is like slightly low. I think that's what I've realized.
yeah,
But
or it's bundled, or you know, it's a lot
yeah,
of shenanigans that happen in the meme coin world.
yeah. But essentially, do you remember what market cap we caught Toga? I can't remember. I think it was like
It
one
was
or
like
two,
2.7. I remember
2.7, right?
2.7 was the first buy, and it
Yeah.
was
So
also on a live on a Friday.
on a Friday.
So we get pretty, you know, don't miss the lives on the Fridays because
All right. Yeah. So we caught it around here, like this region here, right? And then this thing went parabolic, like a nice 4x, actually 5x at peak. Yeah, so we did catch Toga. This was a great catch. It was a little bit painful because those movements were very drastic, and
there was a lot of FUD
there's a lot
uncertainty
of FUD.
around what exactly it
Yeah,
was and who launched it on Pump.Fun. The whole meta was, it was launched by the GOAT deployer, and the GOAT
yeah,
deployer, obviously GOAT went to 1 billion, so we're like, okay, this thing could probably do numbers.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's back down to some interesting. I mean, the chart is interesting. I don't know if it'll get another pop, but again, interesting chart in general. These are sort of bullish charts just because we are consolidating, selling. But again, this is high risk, high reward. So not financial advice, guys. All right. So quickly going back to Rex, what are we seeing? Yeah, I mean,
It respected resistance turned into support.
so exactly. Let's map that out. So we're respecting that. Hopefully not an M pattern here, but if that's looking good, then I think we're ready for the next level. And I think retail's starting to realize like what this is. So
Retail, crypto, Twitter, you
everything,
know,
because did you realize that there is literally nothing on Twitter?
that's, yeah, that's what I was.
Isn't that
But
crazy?
you had the call of like just look up the name.
The name, right?
So the
Yeah.
fact that there isn't even tweets about the ticker.
And we're currently at 4 million market cap, or three. I think that says a lot.
Yeah. So we'll see where it goes, right? Definitely manage your risk there, take profit. Um, you know, because it's pretty volatile, but it's looking promising. It is coming down a bit here, but yeah, I think we can probably wrap it up here. Any
Yep.
requests? Any more requests from the audience before we go?
All right, let's give it a chance, and then yeah, I mean, I think we'll watch this one go. Let's just quickly. I just want to show another update that I have. Sui just went into price discovery. We're at 263. So earlier, literally right before we started the stream, I told you guys, some of my targets would be 430, all the way up to 5, and that's exactly where we're heading right now. Which, what does that mean? So that essentially means that anything related to SOG, right, which is a Sui meme, and it's showing a lot of strength. People are liking it, and when they see Sui pump, they're going to come here and they're going to also buy. And I wouldn't be surprised if AAA has also,
SOG's about to go
done
into price discovery too.
Frog.
SOG.
Wait, SOG. Exactly. Yep. SOG. And then, that was the bottom for AAA. You know, we did talk about this earlier today, and you know, it had a nice 10% pump from that bottom there, and you know, we'll continue to see this. But yeah, I guess no more requests. Michael, Sine, thank you guys for joining us. And you know, make sure you're Sine, I don't know if you're in a Telegram group, but yeah, feel free to join that. But everybody have a great day. Anything else you want to add to, Henry?
No, just thanks for joining. You know, it's a great market right now. There's a lot of opportunities, even just while we're on the live, just popping up. So just lock in. You know, keep getting your skills up and catch some of these runners with us.
Yeah. All right, guys. Have a good day.